PayPal Richie Sorrentino. I think it was $1,000 total, $500 each day. And he did. To his credit, he did give the money.
Right.
But I remember the thing with Mooch was, he's like, why? He was telling me, after he paid me, I was done with him. I didn't give a fuck. He was complaining that Mooch was going to kill him. I said, I don't care what he does to you. I got my money.
Well,
he's like, I don't even have a place to sleep tonight. I said, I really don't give a shit.
He's notorious for taking deposits on wrestlers and botching the bookings, or even going as far as not even booking the wrestler. And then when the promoters,
I don't know.
Yeah, when the promoters reach out to him about what's going on, I was supposed to get a video promo, I was supposed to get this, and I don't know what's going on. He's not answering my calls back. So many of the promoters have reached out and tried to contact the wrestlers directly to find out. They never had any contact with Charles. And then Charles was refusing to refund the deposits.
I do have to say, he did get Sid there. Well, I mean, I don't know if he got him there, but he was the one we went through, and Sid showed up. So,
right.
As far as that part, he did his job. I mean, and then he did give me the money, or gave, he paid out Richie the money. Sorrentino, not the Greg. And, so as far as that goes, he did right. I've heard stories, though.
Yes, and I've gotten many of messages of how many people he's owed money to, and the guy who actually runs Book Pro Wrestlers, what's his name? I know his last name is Stasiak. I can't remember if his first name is Steve or Sean.
Yeah, I think it's Steve. He's the one that got blasted on the phone by me, because he wasn't there. Charles was there.
Yeah, so what he does is he's been basically anything that Charles has been screwing up and not paying, he's been paying. So I don't know why he continues to bail out this guy.
He's the one. I want to say he's the one that paid out the money, because he was involved in the conversation. But I don't know. I remember the guy that called was bitching about that he had no place to stay.
Right.
I didn't care.
So the problem that now arises is that this Nathan gentleman, Charles Rock, is he's a pedophile. He's a registered sex offender.
Wait, the guy that almost strangled?
Yes.
Who the hell is he offending? I don't see any girls going near him.
I don't know if it's a girl, but
he's going after little boys?
It's possible. I mean, it doesn't exactly say on the news article, but
Send me this when you get a chance. Just send me this. Don't put it on my wall. I don't want that. Just send me the link in the message.
No, I wouldn't put it on your wall. But I'm going to pull up the picture now. Nathan Charles Starling, registered sex offender, child predator.
I had enough to see these.
Last known address in Louisiana.
Attracting pedophiles.
I don't know.
How does the wrestling business attract this shit? It's not like there's minors all over the place. I don't understand it.
I have no idea. It's got his last registered address in Louisiana. Nathan Charles Starling, registered sex offender or child predator, and it's got his date of birth and everything else. And I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't know how this wrestling business attracts this, and I also don't understand how this business continues to allow people who have public records and allows them to be around kids and conventions and signings and wrestling shows. I don't get it.
Well, I mean, that's the first I heard about this. I don't know if people are allowing this or,
I don't know. I just sent you the picture in Facebook Messenger. But yeah, I just don't get it. So it's very confusing to me. But another guy that you're very familiar with, Mike Dickinson.
Again with this guy? No, Dixon. It's Dixon. Mike Dixon.
Dixon or Dickinson? Wait, hold on a second. I think it's Dickinson.
Maybe I'm wrong. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Mike Dickinson. Black Cat Events. So
yeah, I know what it is. He's around again?
Oh, yeah. He was supposed to be bringing former boxer Pernell Whitaker to WrestleCade. So
why?
I don't know, but that's what was advertised. As soon as I saw it, I took it upon myself to email WrestleCade and let them in to know this guy's recent last couple year history of screwing over people, starting with you guys to Richie to Greg to 5 of my girls at WrestleCon this past New Orleans. You know, on and on and on. To Ellsworth and Jamie, what's that guy's name? Jamie, I don't remember his name. But the 2 after parties that was supposed to go on Bourbon Street, like just nonstop. So
what did WrestleCade say?
Well, WrestleCade apparently never answered me, and it was allowing him to bring this guest in. And
good. Let them get good.
Turns out that he never paid the rest of the money he was for his table. Never told anybody, sold pre-sales. So Pernell Whitaker was not at WrestleCade, and everybody's owed pre-sales for Pernell Whitaker. And of course, he's nowhere to be found. Meaning Dickinson.
Good on WrestleCade for fucking ignoring you.
It's unbelievable. I mean, and I messaged him on Facebook when they posted it that Whitaker didn't show up because the promoter never paid for his vending spot. And I replied back to him, I warned you about this guy. Flat out. This is what he does. Seriously. I mean, I don't get it. I don't understand. You know, we were talking about how people let people who have backgrounds in child pedophilia in wrestling, how did they continue to let a guy who scams people, scams customers over and over and over again everywhere he goes? I don't understand.
Yeah, I just seen the picture of this guy Nathan Charles. That's him.
Yeah. I don't get it. What else, how much more proof? I mean, literally the email that I wrote them, I'm just adding this on to the bottom. So next time his name pops up, I'm sending that email to them too. I got him kicked out of an adult convention in Los Angeles.
Good.
So,
fucking people, man.
You know, and you know, again, I don't think WrestleCon's going to fall for it this year because he's banned from WrestleCon. But I'm just hoping that he doesn't scam bars in the New York, New Jersey area while WrestleCon is in here. It's just, I don't understand why people fall for this bullshit. So, don't know, Joe. I don't know. But what's coming up with Warriors of Wrestling?
Nothing.
Seriously?
No.
I know it's not serious.
February 12th is our next show. I'm actually happy because I have like 6 weeks. Well, I did have 6 weeks. That's 5 weeks in between shows. So it's kind of like a little bit of a break, even though there's never a break. But it's better than doing 3 shows in 2 weeks, you know?
Yeah.
It gets tiring.
So who's appearing at this show?
Summer Rae.
Summer Rae, former WWE female star, Summer Rae. And
yes. All the curves will be out.
And this is yeah. And this is going to be in Staten Island?
Yes, it is.
Okay. You'd think I would know this since I was staring at the posters for like a week. But all right.
And then we got February 16th back in Staten Island and March 9th in Brooklyn.
Okay, so
it's gonna have a pretty nice lineup.
Saturday night after big event, you'll be in Brooklyn.
And your guest will be there in action, Mercedes Martinez.
Yes, I have been told. She will be there. And at a match we'll announce at a later date.
Announce it now, I don't care.
That's up to you.
Maybe we'll wait.
Yeah, we'll wait. We'll spark it up a little.
The person doesn't believe that she has the match. So let her continue to believe that.
Okay. Alrighty. Yeah. So yeah, we covered Mr. Charles Ross. I was gonna call him and get him on the phone and find out why he thinks it's a good idea with a sex offender's background to show up at shows with little kids.
You got this guy's phone number?
I do.
We should do a show tonight, like around 11 o'clock. Really surprise the fuck out of him.
Well, I could record it, play it at a later date.
Yeah. Let's do it when I get to work.
Yeah.
All right, listen, let me go. I got to take this call. I'll talk to you later tonight.
You got it, Joe. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Joe Bellini, Joey B of Warriors of Wrestling. Oh, man. Hysterical. All right. So, we covered pretty much everything we wanted to cover. I wanted to talk real quickly. I know a couple people are waiting on this. Wrestling Inc.'s Bill Paley. We covered him a little bit after the Atlantic City's Boardwalk Beatdown show about me sending one of my helpers over with 7 wrestling cards for Kelly to sign, and literally had a freaking 8-year-old conniption hissy fit and called him out on it and whatever. All said and done, everything, nothing ever happened as I expected. Nothing ever happened on that half. But he just couldn't shut up. He doesn't stop. Continues to say it was 15 plus items that were sent over, which is an absolute lie. Called the guy that brought it over a liar, which is ridiculous because the kid has no reason to lie at all. Absolutely none. And if anybody knows Horatio, a.k.a. Chino, knows that the guy, he's one of the nicest guys in the world. But he actually, he literally had the balls to continue to utilize one of Chino's friends to get deals on Broadway play tickets in New York. And didn't see a problem with it. After throwing Chino under the bus and shitting all over him, and not answering him when Chino was trying to find out what the hell was going on, not answering him for months at a time, and then claiming he just saw the message 3 months later, which is bullcrap. So Chino's friend decided, you know what? I'm loyal to my friend, so you know what? Your connections are gone. So what does he do? He blocks me and he blocks Chino on Facebook. This is what kind of 8-year-old shit you got to deal with from a grown-ass man. Grown-ass man. Blocks us on social media. So when I call him out about being a baby and I had nothing to do with what went on, whatever, you want to block me, no big deal. A couple of people tagged him in the post, blah, blah, blah. So then he unblocks me so he can read the posts. The post to the public, I might add. So he had to unblock me because he couldn't see it. Which is funny because when you unblock somebody, you have to wait I think it's 24 hours before you can reblock them again. So it was freaking hilarious. Bill, grow the fuck up. Seriously. You're 50, aren't you? Grow the hell up already. You're acting like an 8-year-old that wasn't allowed to watch the Muppets. And you're throwing a hissy fit in the corner. Stop. This shit was over and done with. When you were messaging me while you were away on vacation in Brazil, you were messaging me about 7 wrestling cards. Okay? And I told him, I said, you know what? I'll make peace with you. All said and done, whatever you want at the next show, you can have. I had Norman Smiley. I had Angelina Love. I had Zeta Zhang. Whatever you wanted. Okay? Okay, you were fine with that. Then I hit you up a couple days before. I said, do you know what you're going to want in advance so I can set it aside? I don't want anybody from your show, but you still owe me. Garbage. Absolute garbage. This ain't a pick and choose your bullshit. I told you that the offer was on the table for that show. You didn't want anything. That's it. I don't need to stick my neck out anymore. I offered you stuff in the Atlantic City show. You didn't want it. Not my problem. Absolutely not my problem. Maybe you feel you couldn't sell it because I had no problem selling it because I sold out of everything that I had from Zeta Zhang and Norman Smiley. So I don't understand how I can sell it, but you felt it wasn't necessary to take any. But again, not my problem. And it is no longer my problem, and you are no longer my problem. So if you want to talk shit, don't be a baby and block me. Talk shit. Again, I'll tell you exactly where I'll be and when. Because last time at Big Event, you didn't pass my table once after talking all your shit. You beelined behind the bar, through the back room, and into the vendor's room. While your talent walked in front of my table back and forth numerous times. So, again, if you want to talk, talk. If you want to talk shit, be a man and talk shit to my face. Big Event, March 9th, LaGuardia Plaza Hotel in New York.